Welcome back to Explaining Everything, the channel where we dig into the weird, wonderful, and downright karaoke-worthy stories behind everyday things. Today's question comes from one of our amazing viewers, Off-Key Ollie02. Thanks for the suggestion, Ollie. You asked, when was karaoke invented? A fantastic question. And no, karaoke wasn't invented the first time someone got tipsy and grabbed a hairbrush pretending it was a microphone. Although, close. It's got a surprisingly epic backstory involving Japanese nightclubs, accidental fame, and a machine that turned ordinary people into rock stars. Or at least made them feel like one. So if you've ever belted out Bohemian Rhapsody at 2 a.m., stay tuned, because today we're singing the history of karaoke, right here on Explaining Everything. Okay, a quick refresher. Karaoke is that magical invention where you sing along to music tracks with the lyrics on screen, usually in public, usually with questionable results. Karaoke literally means empty orchestra in Japanese. Basically, music minus the lead vocals. This is ironic because it ends up filled with everyone's loudest, most off-key friends. But where did this glorious, slightly embarrassing pastime come from? Let's rewind to the 1970s Japan. Back then, live bands were super popular at bars and clubs. But one guy had a game-changing idea that would save money and let drunk people live out their pop star fantasies. And honestly, it was genius. Why pay a full band when you could just press play and let Steve from accounting pretend he's Freddie Mercury? Suddenly, the spotlight wasn't reserved for professional singers. It was open to anyone brave enough, or tipsy enough, to grab the mic. Little did the world know, karaoke wasn't just about music. It was about unleashing the inner diva we all keep locked away until Sweet Caroline comes on. Enter Daisuke Inoue, a drummer from Kobe, Japan. Daisuke was in a band that played backup music for business people who liked to sing at parties. But sometimes, his clients wanted him to record music for them to sing along to when the band wasn't available. Daisuke thought, what if I just made a machine that plays the music so people can sing anytime without needing us? Brilliant. Lazy, but brilliant. So in 1971, he created the first karaoke machine, a speaker system that played instrumental tracks on cassette tapes, complete with a microphone input. And just like that, karaoke was born. Well, kind of. Here's the kicker. Daisuke never patented his invention. He just rented the machines to bars and called it a day. Meanwhile, other companies saw the potential and started mass-producing karaoke machines, making millions, while Daisuke quietly watched from the sidelines. He pulled a Nikola Tesla of karaoke. Karaoke spread like wildfire across Japan. By the late 1970s, it wasn't just in bars. It was in dedicated karaoke boxes, which were private rooms where you could sing without strangers judging your rendition of My Heart Will Go On. Then, in the 1980s, karaoke started taking over Asia and eventually made its way to the US and Europe. At first, Americans were like, sing? In public? Stone cold sober? No thanks. But once karaoke bars mixed in a little alcohol, people were all in. Soon, karaoke machines were in homes, restaurants, and every corner of the nightlife scene. By the 90s, it wasn't just a novelty, it was a cultural phenomenon. Fun fact, the Philippines has the most karaoke machines per capita in the world. You haven't truly lived until you've heard someone passionately singing Total Eclipse of the Heart in a tiny neighborhood karaoke bar at 1 a.m. Okay, quick plot twist. While Daisuke Inoue is widely credited with inventing karaoke, there's a bit of a debate. Some argue that Shigechi Negishi, a Japanese engineer, patented a similar machine in 1975 called the Sparko box. But here's the thing. Negishi's machine didn't take off commercially, while Inoue's idea sparked an entire industry. Daisuke's contribution was so significant that in 2004, Time magazine named him one of the most influential Asians of the 20th century. Not bad for a guy who just wanted to avoid playing backup at business parties. Ironically, despite creating a machine that encourages public embarrassment, Daisuke himself doesn't like to sing in public. Yup, the inventor of karaoke prefers to leave the singing to everyone else. Truly iconic. Fast forward to today. Karaoke is everywhere. You've got karaoke bars, karaoke apps, karaoke video games. Heck, your TV remote probably has a karaoke button. It's gone digital, wireless, and even virtual. And it's not just for parties anymore. Karaoke competitions are serious business, complete with judges, trophies, and people who hit notes so high they probably communicate with bats. Meanwhile, the rest of us are just here to sing, livin' on a prayer with our friends. But at its heart, karaoke is about fun, community, and letting loose. It doesn't matter if you're pitch perfect or completely tone deaf. Karaoke gives everyone a shot at the mic, whether the audience wants it or not. And let's be real, nobody remembers the flawless performances. It's the chaotic, hilarious, wonderfully bad renditions that live rent-free in our memories forever. So, the next time you step up to the mic, whether you're nailing that high note or butchering it, just remember, you're part of a proud tradition that started back in 1971, thanks to a drummer who didn't feel like showing up to work. And hey, even if you crash and burn on stage, you're keeping the spirit of karaoke alive. One off-key anthem at a time. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe. Also, if you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for tuning in, and join us next time here in the channel that answers all the why, what, who, where, and how questions you've always wondered about, here on Explaining Everything.